Morning, students. Yesterday we had a good class and we studied increasing function, decreasing function, strictly increasing and strictly decreasing function. Again, I want to recall the knowledge that any function f of x is strictly increasing according to derivative method. It was f dash x was positive, and I am only mentioning now the derivative method because the question will depending on that only. For strictly function is strictly decreasing function, it is only when f dash x less than 0. If we say function is, I am writing without strictly word, only increasing word. Function is increasing when f dash x is greater than or equal to 0, and function is only decreasing function when f dash x is less than or equal to 0. Now these four types yesterday I taught with graphs, even I taught you each and everything. Next, what kind of question will come, I just want to tell something about that. So we have a two kinds of questions. First, we will be told to find the intervals in which function is anything strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, or increasing or decreasing. Strictly increasing may be asked there, strictly decreasing may be asked there, increasing may be asked there, or decreasing may be asked there. Four kind of question may be asked. You will be told to find the interval. What you will be told? Find the interval, meaning we have to find the interval in which function is increasing or decreasing or whatever. It's the four things it may be asked. What is the meaning of that sentence? I just want to explain that. Suppose we have, this is a 0. Suppose it is you know that this is a equation of parabola. So if I ask you, and I am rubbing it now for a while, you know it is origin point. It is plus infinite, it is minus infinite. If I ask you that, see the nature of the graph, find the interval in which it is strictly increasing, one can simply understand strictly increasing meaning this one. So you can identify the particular interval in which it is strictly increasing, which is 0 to infinite. From 0 to infinite it is strictly increasing, and from minus infinite to 0 it is a decreasing, strictly decreasing. So that only the thing, the equation of the parabola is x squared equal to 4ay. Honestly, I would speak that this kind of function you would be given, and then question may be asked that find the interval in which it is strictly increasing, in which it is strictly decreasing. Then you have to use the concept of strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. I will tell you later. This may be the pattern of the question. So question may be find the intervals. You have to remember that what kind of question may come in this exercise. So two kind of question may be there in exercise. You would be asked that find the intervals. When the function is among these, one of the condition will be given. Second question may be asked, prove that. This time interval will be given. Prove that function is among these all, strictly increasing or strictly decreasing or increasing or decreasing in the given interval. So given interval, I am not mentioning what is interval, but this time interval will be given, and you would have to prove that function is one of the condition. Now read just by taking one condition. Find the interval in which function is strictly increasing. I'm not reading all. So meaning that function will be given and you have to find the interval in which it is strictly increasing. What do you think about this question? You would speak that this function is strictly increasing in 0 to infinity. But we have to find it. So how we'll find that only I will tell you. This time question, second kind of question will be prove that function is strictly. Function will be given. Interval will be given. Given interval. Given interval. Suppose it is the interval is 0 to infinity. And your function is same. So if I ask you that prove that this function is strictly increasing in the interval 0 to infinity. Interval will be given. This time interval you have to find out. So make a comparison. Two kind of question may be there. First, in this particular kind, we have to find the interval when one of the condition will be given. This time we have to prove that function is one of the condition in the given interval. So okay, now let's see some questions. I am not rubbing the section, that section only. I want to do my work here. So let it be similar in interval. In interval, what interval don't know, maybe anything. So look at the thing which I want to discuss with you. How question may come and how to do these questions, I will tell you. Suppose I am taking question number, example number 8. Look at. Initially we will go a little slow because that is a different kind of a mathematics and you have just to take a time to understand it. Show that function x cube minus 3x square plus 4x, x belongs to R, is strictly increasing on the set of R. This is a question. Now try to understand what I taught you here in these two topics. What kind of question may be there? First, you definitely may be asked that find the interval in which function is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, increasing or decreasing. Or second, prove that function is one of these in the given interval. Look at the question and compare this what is called, show that. Meaning this question is just like that, prove that. Question says, show that function is strictly increasing on the set of real number. Show that function is strictly increasing in the given interval. So what is interval here? Set of real number. Set of real number meaning? Set of real number meaning minus infinite to plus infinite. Instead of that, what may come? What may come? This is. So you have to show that your function is strictly increasing on this interval. You have to show that function is strictly increasing on the given interval. What is given interval? Minus infinite to infinite, which is also called a set of real number. So we have to show that function is strictly increasing in this. So how to show? Let me explain. Very simple thing I would speak. When function is strictly increasing, just try to know the condition. When function is strictly increasing, you should know f dash x always greater than 0. This is the condition of strictly increasing. Meaning we have to show that function is strictly increasing, meaning we have to show that f dash x greater than 0 on the set of real number, meaning for all the real number this condition must come. This condition will follow that function is strictly increasing. Again I repeat my sentence. When you want to show function is strictly increasing, meaning we have to show f dash x greater than 0 on the set of real number, meaning for all the real number this must be happen, f dash x greater than 0. So how f dash x greater than 0? I will tell you. Solution. We have f of x equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 4x. And we know that what to show? F dash x greater than 0 because we want to show strictly increasing. So first I do differentiation. F dash x. This is 3x square. This is 6x and it's only 4. Now, a very interesting thing will come. You know it's a simple differentiation I have done without any formality. Now, we have to show f dash x greater than 0 for all the real numbers. So let me do something special. 3x square, 6x. That first, before starting that particular step, I want to say that this kind of question definitely not is a very similar in all the question. We have to think, and question the method may be little differ for all the question. This is actually depending on question wise. We can't think that if we have done one question we can make all the questions. No, it is not possible. You have to do all the questions one by one, because all questions carrying different method to show this kind of questions. So okay, I don't want to waste the time here. Look at 3x square, 6x already have written. This is a 4. I am intentionally writing that 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1. When you will go ahead, you will come to know that why I have done like that. Okay, this is a 4. I have written 3 plus 1. Now, students, take out 3 common from 3 steps. X square will remaining, 2x will be, 1 will be here, and 1 is remaining here. Now, very interesting that f dash x has come, x square minus 2x plus 1 may be written a minus b whole square, x minus 1 whole square is have expanded from this one, and plus 1. When you expand x minus 1 square, you will get same. So I have written instead of that x minus 1 whole square. Now what to show is strictly increasing, and recently I taught you that when function is strictly increasing, when f dash x is positive. So I want to ask one thing, for on the real number, set of real number meaning all negative number, all positive number, even 0, all numbers, when you will put here, what you conclude? This is whole square. When x is any negative number, the answer is still positive. When x is positive, answer is positive. When x is 0, again answer is positive. But whole answer plus 1 will say that answer never be 0. Answer never be 0, because if you putting x equal to 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, but plus 1 is waiting for us, the answer is always positive. Answer is always positive, not 0. It is non-negative actually. Non-negative. Meaning 0 will not come. After 0 answer may be coming. Please try to understand. For all x belongs to R, we are told in the set of real number. So real number is given. We have to show that in the set of real number, what is the nature of the function? We must know that f dash x is always positive. Why don't you should think that why not writing like that? Because it answer never be 0. If you are putting x is equal to something, anything, whatever coming in your heart, whatever you can predict here, x is equal to 1 if you are taking 1 minus 1 0, but 1 still waiting. If 2 is putting, answer will be definitely more than 0. It is never equal to 0, but it is never negative also. It is always positive. So f dash x is always positive, and that only the meaning function is strictly increasing on the set of real number. That is the way of doing so. This is the second kind of question where we have to show that function is strictly increasing, and you know students, how we can show the function strictly increasing? We just have to show f dash is greater than 0. So this was only the result of f dash x, and I only have written just by understanding that whatever the value of r we are putting, this answer never be 0 but always further of 0, meaning it is a positive. So I think it is enough to tell you this. Just listen the video often, not a single time but 2 or 3 times, you will get it soon. Okay. Now let me raise one more question without rubbing the section, because this section is very important in initial concept. So I'm taking one more question here. Again question comes, example number 9. Prove that function cos x is strictly increasing in 0 to pi, strictly decreasing in pi to 2 pi, and third question also given. So before writing the third question, neither strictly neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing in 0 to 2 pi. This is a question. So third topic I haven't taught you till now. So let me speak something. I want to speak that recently I made a graph, this one, and after that I rubbed it. This is minus infinite, it is 0, it is plus infinite. So I tell you one thing, that this function is strictly increasing in 0 to infinity. Okay, strictly increasing in 0 to infinity, strictly decreasing in minus infinite to 0. That is very simple by viewing the picture, by looking the picture. But if I ask you, what is the nature of the function in minus infinite to infinite? So if you will see that minus infinite to infinite function is actually sometime it is decreasing in some subinterval. It is a subinterval. It is a subinterval. In this subinterval it is decreasing. In this second subinterval it is increasing. So in whole the interval it is called neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing, because it is happening both kind of that. So not a particular, again I repeat my sentence. I ask you that what is the nature of the curve in minus infinite to infinite? So you will reply that in first subinterval it is strictly decreasing, in second subinterval it is strictly in this strictly decreasing, in this second it is strictly increasing. So in whole interval minus infinite to infinite it is called neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. So both, if both happening in that interval, we would say that function is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. So again I want to tell you the meaning of neither strictly and nor neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. I would speak in 0 to 2 pi. It is asked. So I would speak that in some subinterval the function is strictly increasing. In second subinterval function is strictly decreasing. So in whole interval function is called neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. Okay, so this is the way of learning. Now we would speak. Now this is a second kind of question. One can understand it. It's second kind of question. Okay, so how we can prove? It is again prove that. So I want to be assured that what to prove. Prove that function is strictly increasing. Strictly increasing will follow what condition? F dash x must be 0. Strictly decreasing will follow f dash x must be less than 0. And this is I have taught you. I will tell you later, no matter at all. So look at the thing I am telling you. So function is given cos x. I am rubbing it now for a while. Now f of x equal to cos x. Now prove, find f dash x. F dash x will be minus sin x. You know it. You know it. Now I raise one very important concept which you already know it. This is a quadrant system. This is 0. This is pi by 2. It is a pi. It is a 3 pi by 2. It is a 2 pi. So I ask you one thing, that we have to show a function is strictly decreasing. Sorry, it is a decreasing. It is increasing. No matter at all. Increasing. Now it is a question. So okay, this time we have to prove strictly decreasing, so that we have to show f dash x less than 0. So how would show? I tell you. Look at, this is interval 0 to pi. This is interval 0 to pi. So would you think that 0 to pi is containing first quadrant and second quadrant? And in these two quadrants, what is the nature of sin x? Don't speak minus, only sin x. So I would say that in first quadrant sin x is positive, and second quadrant sin x is positive. So in interval, look at, I tell you that how to show. In interval 0 to pi, sin x is always positive. We must assure that between that interval sin x is always positive. Look at, it is open interval. 0 and pi I am not taking. Between 0 to pi, sin x is positive. And we are having f dash x equal to minus sin x. So I try to make minus sin x so that I can write f dash x here. So if I multiply by minus sin both sides, student, you know this sign will change. This sign will change. And this minus sin x equal to f dash x, I will write here. This is. Now read in 3 steps. that in this interval, what coming? F dash x is negative. And when f dash x is negative, in this interval, function gonna be strictly decreasing because it is less than 0. So what I'll write? Since, therefore, in interval 0 to pi, function is strictly decreasing because f dash x is coming negative. And how I proved? Very simple. In the 0 to pi, sin x was positive. I multiplied by minus sign x, sin 0 will no effect, but this sign will effect, less than, sign has changed, and minus sin x was equal to f dash x, so f dash x less than 0. What we have proved? That in this interval f dash x is negative, so that here the function is strictly decreasing. So okay, let me wrap it now because it is not no more meaning. What to show now? In interval pi to 2 pi. Again, in interval pi to 2 pi, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, sin x is negative. It is very genuine, you know it, sin x is negative. But f dash x having minus sin x, so I multiply by minus both sides. So it gonna be positive. And minus sin x is equal to f dash x, so it is f dash x. Now what you have shown? F dash x is positive in the interval this one. So in interval pi to 2 pi, what we have shown, f dash is positive, meaning function is strictly increasing function, and that is very simple. Now this is 0 to 2 pi strictly, that's very simple now, because I have taught you that from 0 to 2 pi we have to show function is neither strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. So we will I told you that in some subinterval it should be strictly increasing, in some other subinterval it should be strictly decreasing. So in whole interval it will be neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. So with these two ideas we can prove it. Look at from 0 to pi, if I make a line, this is 0, it is pi, it is 2 pi. Now it is 0 to pi, function was strictly decreasing. In 0 to pi, function was strictly decreasing. And pi to 2 pi, function was strictly increasing. Strictly, like that. What you have felt? That 0 to pi, it is strictly decreasing. Pi to 2 pi, strictly increasing. So in whole 0 to 2 pi, function will be called neither strictly, because it is happening both condition. So in whole subinterval, it will be called neither strictly decreasing nor strictly decreasing. So this is the way. So how will I write? I'll write for third. It was second and first was this. A, it is B, and now I'm telling you C. So I'll write, since function is strictly decreasing in 0 to pi and function is strictly increasing in pi to 2 pi, so function will be neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing in whole interval 0 to 2 pi. This is the way, because in first subinterval it was strictly decreasing, in second subinterval it was strictly increasing. So from 0 to 2 pi in complete interval it is called a neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. So this is the way. By practice it may come, otherwise it is not so easy for the students. So okay students, it is enough for the day. You start your work and you can start exercise 6.2 by doing question number 1, question number 3rd, and this is enough I think. So 1 and 3rd, it's your task. Thank you.